far as Savannakhet. Is it that way? That's just ridiculous. Look at the amount of trash here. First signs of lives in this village. It's nice to chat with the locals. Right, back to the main road into Savannakhet. So I just went to the night market here in Savannakhet. Tried to find out how to buy vegetarian food. A little bit of struggle, but got it there in the end. At some point during the evening, I met a father and son from Chiang Mai. Their names are Pek and Ut. Ut's the father, Pek is the son. Had a lovely chat with them, very nice evening. Very interesting guys. Had a few beers with them. Pek is well traveled. He's been all over Americas, Australia, and Europe. Ut, the father, he used to be a monk when he was 30 years old. He spent 3 months in a monastery about 30 kilometers out of Chiang Mai. Pek tests coffees, and Ut, on the other hand, he's a businessman. He has shops. It's almost like a 7-Eleven type of thing. Got one house in Changdao with a background that almost looks like the Dolomiti. Never been, but I know it's in the middle of Chiang Mai and Pai because that's where they held this music festival called Shambhala. And he's got one house in Pek Can. I actually cycled past there on my way here to Laos from Pai. And Pek Can is one of my favorite places here in Thailand too because it trails along the Mekong River. It's very serene, the villages are nice, the roads are very nice. And then he's got another one down south, not too far from Nakhon Phanom. And then apparently they're on the way of buying a new house close to Krabi or something. Pek, on the other hand, he tests quality of the coffee. Kind of interested about coffee in the Philippines. And I told them we don't really export coffee beans. We have this something called Cafe Barako, but just never been exported. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, it's just mainly in the Philippines. And it's kind of keen about it, so I'm gonna find out to see if my friends know some friends who can probably source it for him. What else could I say? I mean, they're so cool, they're quite keen to meet up again. So yeah, maybe I'll hit them up again the next time I go back to Chiang Mai. And also actually, another point that I was gonna say, today, midday, I stopped in one of the coffee shop called Barista Shots. And the owner of that shop called Jay, he seems to be a friend with the owner of Ristretto in Chiang Mai. And Ristretto is all over Chiang Mai. There's maybe 4 or 5. And then I think they have shops down south as well in Bangkok. The owner of that is called Toon. So Jay told me that the owner is Toon from Australia. And funny enough, when I was talking to Pek is actually a close friend of Toon. I was like, what? Small world. Anyway, it's about 11. Now it's close to 11 p.m. So I think I'm gonna hit the bed pretty soon. I think I only have about 8 days left in Laos. So I'm still looking about, maybe 500 kilometers to go until the border. I think it's doable. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try leave very early tomorrow, see if I can do at least 50 kilometers and then just gain the momentum after that. I've heard the roads after Pak Se is not very great, so I think I'll have to budget some more extra time for that too. mango and apple.
แอปเปิล
Yeah.
เหมือนกัน
Yes. Just stopping by now in the road W7 on the way to road number 13. So I found this very nice fruit shake stand. So I've got mango and apple. Very nice. It's very good. Time for lunch. So I'm in this junction between road 7W or 9W and road 13. Road 13 is this main highway that goes all the way to the north of Laos. Now I'm just stopping by at the Amazon Cafe. What I'll do is I'll cook some food first, you know, the usual vegetable and noodles, and I'm gonna mix it with this khao niao. I've also met this guy, Peter from Holland. He's a cyclist. Apparently he's been trailing the same road that I've used in the last 2 or 3 days. Now he's going down south as well into Pek and Ut. Say hi. It's a big fucking truck filled of bedliners or sofa beds. I don't know what it's called. Doggy. So I've done about 50 kilometers today. It's a fairly easy ride. I just followed the motorways number 9W and to number 13. A little bit warm during the day, but it's okay. I mean, I've managed to sort of survive. So I've chosen this one here. It's like a little hat next to the farm. It's a very dry farm. So I don't think they're growing anything at the moment. So no one's around. Apart from the few cars that are passing by here and there, I think this spot's pretty sweet. And yeah, I could just set up my tent here. But I think I'm gonna wait a little bit until it gets dark because I don't want to get any untoward attention from anybody. Not that they're gonna bother, but I think it's better to set up when it's darker so that yeah, I could just like fall asleep and no one would bother. Ooh, I have a friend over there. He's coming. Hello! Usually dogs are a bit curious, but this one is not. Ooh, okay, he's coming on. Hello! Yeah, he's pretending that he hasn't seen me. He's curious. But yeah, I mean, there isn't really much to say about this trip today. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. I didn't go through the villages next to the Mekong River because I didn't feel like I was making a lot of distance in the last 2 or 3 days since the Kek. I mean, although it's very nice, I really like the villages, but given that I have a very limited time up until the border with Cambodia, so I felt like I need to capture a lot of distance today, which I did. The next stop is Pak Se. It's just under 190 kilometers. So I think I can do that in roughly 3 days. I think that's fairly easy, or maybe 4 days, which will give me another 4 or 5 days into the border. I kind of want to leave a little bit of wiggle room just in case, you know, I like one place. Like for example, if I like Pak Se, I might stay there for 2 days. Who knows, right? So. My sleep tonight was a little bit rough, as you will hear very shortly. There's a lot of trucks and cars that are passing by. I'm not quite sure why. It is a main road for sure, but I wouldn't expect cars and trucks to go by even like past midnight, you know. Because usually, you know, people would be asleep. There may be one or two every now and then, but last night is just constant cars, buses. I don't know what they're transporting though. Like that late at night, like 12, 1, 2. It's not like one every hour. It's like constant. Guess you'll kind of learn your ways around there. I was actually starting to like this kind of little huts on the side of the road, but probably not the best idea as I've experienced. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit more strategical later on tonight. I'm gonna try to find a monastery again, see if I can sleep over. If not, I'll probably just find a guest house to actually get a proper sleep. That may be the best thing, because my route at the moment, I'm taking the main highway, number 13, as opposed to the villages. Yeah, I don't really want to go into the villages because it's now a few kilometers out of the way. I'm gonna start packing up now. I think it's only around 5 a.m. but I think it may be best to start cycling and then get a good rest somewhere, have some food or coffee. Yeah. Oh my god, I just feel sleepy. Apologies for yawning. Sunrise coming up. Yeah, that's another one. They're loud. These guys should be sleeping now.